Welcome to the Daily for Tuesday, March 5th with Simon Borg. I'm Jason Seguini. Champions League action resumes tonight down in Houston at BBVA Compass Stadium. Santos Laguna comes to town for the first leg of this two-leg quarterfinal series. Simon, Santos Laguna has a lot of talent. Obviously, Herculez Gomez, a player that American fans are familiar with. Darwin Quintero, one of the best players in CONCACAF. What does Dominic Kinnear have to do with his team in this game in order to have a chance to advance?
Well, if you're looking at this home-and-home series, they have to come away with a win at home in Houston before they go to Mexico, preferably a two-goal lead. But against a team like Santos, they're so dangerous in attack. The guys you mentioned, add Uribe Peralta to that. He's a Mexican national team forward, and they are just a stacked team attacking-wise. Look, the Houston Dynamo, though, this is what they have going for them. Experience against these teams and the mentality, that tough mentality that Dominic Kinnear has instilled in this team to be able to handle the histrionics that come in a game like this. But this is a tough ask of the Dynamo. And also you have to measure here how badly the two teams want this competition. Right. Santos have already said this is a major priority for them, not so sure for Houston.
Yeah, Santos has gotten to the final 4 times and lost. The Houston Dynamo maybe concentrated more on MLS Cup. So we'll see what happens tonight. You can check that game out on Fox Soccer Channel. Also, Seattle Sounders back in Champions League action tomorrow, LA on Thursday. Yesterday, we found out some bad news. Jay DeMerit is now going to be out about 6 to 8 months after having surgery on a ruptured Achilles tendon. Simon, is Martin Rennie pushing the panic button right now?
Not at all. I actually think that the alternatives they have are good ones. There's not going to be a huge drop-off. Brad Rusin, despite not having the experience that a Jay DeMerit has, World Cup experience, I think he'll do just fine. And he may actually add a little more there with his athleticism and his size in attack. But they also have Johnny Leveron waiting in the wings. Once he gets his visa stuff sorted out, he can fit right there in that left central defender spot. He has a lot of experience to give, a great left foot, a playmaking type of defender. So I think they have excellent options. Carlisle Mitchell, who there were rumors that he was going to be sent out on loan, probably not. He probably hold him back given now this injury.
Right, so Martin Rennie definitely has some options. Vancouver 1-0 after their first game. We'll see if they can keep that going this weekend. Now it's time to take a look at the Castrol Index after Week 1, and no surprises here. Mike McGee scores a hat trick. What a game he played. He's at the top of the list.
Player of the Week, #1. He's followed closely by his teammate on the Galaxy, Robbie Keane, who figured prominently on this list last year. He'll be there as well in 2013. Number 3 and 4, 2 goalkeepers, Nick Raimondo from Real Salt Lake and Troy Perkins from Montreal, both of them getting shutouts. And then at 5, Alvaro Saborio scored 2 goals against San Jose.
Yeah, some other notables tied at 6, Sebastian Letou and Fabian Espindola. And then also Diego Valeri, one of the best players in Week 1 at number 13. Simon, Diego Valeri, a guy that we both had on our fantasy team. How'd you do in fantasy for Week 1?
Not too bad, Jason. 71 points for me, but I have my work to do this weekend because I have a host of LA and Houston players. They don't play this weekend, so I got to swap out guys, but I don't want to dump them at the same time, so a lot of decisions.
All right, a lot of decisions to be made for Simon Borg. If you have decisions to make and you have questions, you can tweet your questions at MLS Fantasy. Myself and Andrew Wiebe will be here on Thursday to answer some questions. I had more points than this guy, that's for sure.
By a little.
We'll be back on the Daily tomorrow.